Hey guys, I'm Michelle Yu for the Breeders' Cup, coming to you from where the turf meets the surf, the iconic Del Mar Racecourse. With the World Championships returning here in 2025, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to share with you my top 10 Breeders' Cup moments from Del Mar, as well as my top 10 places to eat, drink, and be merry when you're in town. From thrilling finishes on the race course to the must-be-seen at local spots, this is your ultimate guide to Del Mar. Well, stop number one was just a quick jaunt from Del Mar. In fact, I can still see the racetrack from where I'm sitting here at the Brigantine, or as locals like to call it, the Brig. It's known for two things. One is their seafood tacos, and two is this unprecedented view. Not only can you see where the turf meets the surf, but you can literally see where the turf meets the surf, because right over here is the Pacific Ocean. So you can watch the waves roll in, and you can watch horses head for home as well. And if you were lucky enough to be sitting right here in 2024, you got to see Sierra Leone about right there, making his move. He had to reel in Fierceness, who was on the lead. He had to hold off the late charge of Forever Young. It was 3-year-olds, 1, 2, 3 across the wire in one of the most thrilling finishes for the richest race in America.
Sierra Leone, Fierceness digs in, Newgate, Forever Young, Sierra Leone comes to home. Sierra Leone does it in the Breeders' Cup Classic.
Hey Gio, can I get one of those Maker Mark jet setters and a tuna on crispy rice, please? For our next spot, we came right down the road from Del Mar to Del Mar Coral, which is a newly renovated spot that I absolutely love. It's got a great outdoor patio with ocean views if you like to sit outside, but for me, you could always find me indoors at this cozy bar that I absolutely love. They've got custom cocktails, it's elegant, it's chic, they've got delicious food, and with a drink named Jet Setter, I really feel like that's reminiscent of last year's Juvenile Phillies turf winner, Lake Victoria, who shipped over from overseas and absolutely turned on the afterburners to blow away every 2-year-old grass filly in North America.
And Lake Victoria goes right by to take the lead. Fiery Lucy is coming late with Mayday ready, but she's just too good. Lake Victoria, undefeated, has won the Breeders' Cup.
A win like that definitely belongs in my top 10 for Breeders' Cup races at Del Mar. To Lake Victoria, cheers. The first time that Del Mar hosted the Breeders' Cup World Championships was in 2017. What we wanted was an all-star cast, and the Breeders' Cup Classic absolutely delivered that. Grade 1 winners, top to bottom, and Gunrunner emerged in front and took them all the way around, setting fast fractions and holding off all latecomers. To me, the most iconic moment of the whole weekend was Gunrunner's finish. The night sky was dark behind him, the floodlights were pouring down on him, and Florent Giroux was raised up in victory. I still get chills thinking about it to this day.
Gunrunner reaching for the wire, collected alongside, and then comes West Coast and War Story, but Gunrunner's on top of the world! He wins the Breeders' Cup Classic!
With iconic memories being made on the track, you have to have something iconic to eat when you're on track as well. And to me, you don't have to look much further than the Tanner's Prime Burgers. They're smash burgers, they're juicy, they are made with Brant beef, which is phenomenal. And all you gotta do is follow your nose. 3rd floor, right above the veranda, and you will find the best burger in Del Mar. My next place is going to take us a little bit south of Del Mar Racecourse. Sometimes you're not in the mood for fancy, but a sandwich is going to hit the spot. For that, I'm going to head to the Butchery. It's located at One Paseo, just south of Del Mar, and it is an Italian sandwich shop as well as a European store. So you can come in and you can get some delicacies, some treats and candies from all over the world. But the showstopper is truly going to be the sandwiches in here. Hand-cut meats, homemade ciabatta, and beef tallow French fries that are absolutely worth the calories. My favorite sandwich is the Italian. It is piled high, and I think you can share it for 2 meals. I've brought my Italian sandwich to Fletcher Cove, and while I enjoyed this, I'm gonna let you enjoy another European tinged memory. Go back to 2017 when the $3 million purchase Mendelssohn carried his Irish colors west for Aidan O'Brien and won the Juvenile turf.
Mendelssohn and Ryan Moore take the lead. Here come voting control and Untamed Domain on the far outside, and Beckford is closing through an opening down toward the inside, but Mendelssohn's gonna do it. Mendelssohn has won it by a length.
You only have to go back to 2024 for my next favorite memory, and it was the sprint that was won by Straight No Chaser. I remember watching it 10 steps away from where I'm standing right now, and at the top of the lane, it looked like he was done, threw in the towel, was not going to win. And then all of a sudden, as we're looking for another horse to be the victor, here comes Straight No Chaser. He showed us a new dimension that day. He showed an exhilarating turn of foot, and he showed so much perseverance. To me, that race is going to go down in the Del Mar history books as one of the best Breeders' Cup races in history.
Straight No Chaser, these two coming down to the line together. Straight No Chaser and Ben Coronado. Straight No Chaser in the Breeders' Cup sprint.
Also, one of the best things you can eat down here when you were at Del Mar is going to be visiting the Seaside Market and having their Cardiff crack. It's really just tri-tip in a styrofoam container, but it looks fancier, it tastes fancier. They have this amazing barbecue sauce that they make in-house, and their Chateaubriand is so delicious and tender you can eat it right with your fingers or a fork. I like to get it with their world-famous potato salad. Head over to the beach and have a quick bite. If you go back to 2021, you're going to find one of the most clear-cut Breeders' Cup winners in history, and that was Golden Pal in the 5-furlong turf sprint. He left the gates and never looked back. He literally had flames shooting from his feet as he turned for home in front when they went 43 and change for the half. I just thought this was such a scintillating victory, and there was no doubt who was the best in the West. That was Golden Pal.
But it is Golden Pal, wire to wire in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint.
As smooth and as clean as Golden Pal's win was, if you're looking for something a little bit more topsy-turvy to do when you're in town, I recommend going to the Annie's Canyon Trail Run. Now, you can go and you can walk along the beach, and that's all fun and dandy, but Annie's Canyon is a little bit more thrilling. You get to really get in these crevices. It's something that you would not expect to be so close to the beach, but it's a ton of fun if you're looking for a really great hike and something to do on a dark day. Well, if you made it to Del Mar and you're feeling like sushi, there is only one spot that you can visit, and that is Ken's Sushi Workshop. When you come here, do yourself a favor. Don't order a California roll. Say it after me. Omakase. Let Ken choose what you should be eating for dinner. I have come for many meals. I have never been disappointed. The fish is fresh, it's creative, it's plated beautifully. I love the aesthetic of the restaurant as well. It's very authentic, but it's intimate, and Ken himself is always manning the sushi bar.
There we go. Heavenly Father, pray so that blessing, love you, Michelle.
I can't think of a better spot to talk about my next favorite moment from a Breeders' Cup race. And that was back in 2021 when Japan sent over Love's Only You for the filly and mare turf. She split horses, came through late, and got her nose down in an absolute shocker. The celebration that went on afterwards was one for the ages, and it set off a string of Japanese domination worldwide.
Love's Only You is coming. Here comes Love's Only You to win it for Japan. Love's Only You came flying late, beat my sister Nat, Warlike Goddess, and Love.
Up next, one of my favorite Del Mar Breeders' Cup memories from 2024. Not every day that you get that perfect match of classic and yet modern, and to me, Thorpedo Anna's victory was just that. It was classic. She went to the front, she turned away all comers, and she strolled on home. But it was modern. She was a 3-year-old against olders, and we haven't seen a great 3-year-old filly come along in a long time. Not to mention it paved the way for her to be the horse of the year. So really enjoyed watching her. I still get goosebumps thinking back to that move that she made coming down the lane right here at Del Mar.
Thorpedo Anna, what a year for her. She won it by 3 over Raging Sea.
Speaking of racing royalty, I know where they all go after the races. They head right out the back gate across the street to the Pamplemousse. Sitting at the bar, you can enjoy a nice glass of wine from the Jackson Family Wineries, and you can rub elbows with Mike Smith, with Larry Colmus, with all of the names that you know and love. If you're looking for something a little bit more intimate, head to the main dining room where every step of your meal is thought through, and they have such immaculate attention to detail. I love that they have seasonal offerings, so there's always something fresh and new on their menu. So, you're looking for something classic yet refined, head to the Pamplemousse. If you have an extra day to spend in Del Mar, my next spot is one that you want to set aside the time to come and visit. This is Cedros. Cedros is an avenue that's right by Del Mar, and it is lined with some fantastic shops, some really eclectic little things, a couple of collectives. There's a winery, a brewery, some of the best breakfasts you can have at Del Mar. There's places to grab coffee and ice cream. You can work out if you really want to. Something for everybody can be found at Cedros, and you'll always find me strolling up and down the boulevard. While I enjoy a leisurely stroll down Cedros Avenue, there's nothing slow about my next favorite moment from Breeders' Cup history. We're going to take a look back at Aloha West. He split some horses, came from behind, and closed with a flourish to absolutely shock him in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Sprint.
Here's Aloha West flying down the center of the track. Here's the wire. Oh, it's close. Aloha West may have run down Dr. Shevel in the end.
If chic is more your scene than just a furlong or two away from Del Mar, this is the place you have to visit. It's called Rare Society. It's still got an ocean breeze, but none of those vibes inside. The atmosphere is more modern, the ambiance is fantastic, and if you can get here for the happy hour, you are in for a treat. Some of my favorites off the happy hour menu include the wedge salad, these delicious meatballs, and of course we have to talk about the cocktails. The Bookkeeper is a great one, but my personal favorite is the Hot Streak, because we're racetrackers. Don't we all love a hot streak? Classy and flashy definitely fit the vibe at Rare Society, but they also fit the vibe of my next favorite memory. We're gonna go back to 2017 when the big white face of Talismanic charged down the grass on Del Mar's turf course to take the Breeders' Cup turf.
Talismanic's gonna take the lead here. Talismanic, Highland Reel and Beach Patrol coming down to the line. Talismanic, Beach Patrol fights on. Highland Reel. Talismanic is the winner.
Well, that's it from me. My top 10 favorite Del Mar Breeders' Cup races and my top 10 Del Mar places all rolled into one. This place is pure magic during Breeders' Cup week, and I truly hope you get to experience it. We'll see you here at Del Mar for the Breeders' Cup World Championships.